What's going on, guys? I just got home and this kayak was sitting on the lawn. We're gonna drag it to the back and do an unboxing. All right. Don't tell my wife, don't tell my wife, don't tell my wife, don't tell Shannon. I know I said don't tell Shannon, but Shannon's actually the one filming this video. So babe, I got a new kayak, don't worry. But today we're gonna unbox the Vibe Shearwater 125. And so I purposely didn't do too much research on this kayak because I wanted to just really do first impressions and just really see how intuitive this kayak was for those of you watching this video and maybe getting it for the first time yourself, or maybe you want to see what it's like. And so I want to go ahead and give my first impressions on this kayak. So I got my razor blade and we are going to open this up. So this kayak right here, it can be moved in a bunch of different ways. So you can use, of course, human power with your paddle. You can use a pedal drive system. You can also add a Bixby jet to it, use a motor. I don't yet have the pedal drive, the X drive, but I will in a few weeks. So kind of stay tuned in to this Vibe Shearwater kind of series that I'm gonna do, because this is just an unboxing, lets you see what's going on underneath all of this stuff. Then we're gonna add the X drive to it, and then we're gonna bring it to Louisiana and do some sight fishing. So let me finish opening this up. So here goes the unveiling. Let's open it up. This is already a nice looking boat. I got it in red. Pretty sweet, red and black. So I kind of want to look at what comes standard with this kayak before we talk too much about on the water stuff. And so already what I'm seeing in the packaging is standard. You have a nice seat, which is crucial these days. I mean, having a nice seat on a kayak is just very important, because you guys know who are into kayak fishing, if you're getting a kayak like this, it's because you love kayak fishing, right? Or you think you're gonna love kayak fishing. And I can tell you right now, there's a world of difference between having a kayak with one of those old kind of standard deluxe seats that you have, you know, the ones with the adjustable that you sit down with no lumbar, and having like a chair style seat. And so right now, because I got this one shipped in, it comes in a little unassembled. So of course we'll assemble that. But what's nice, this kayak right here, the Vibe Shearwater, this is the 125, it comes with a nice seat. What's cool about this seat is you have a bunch of different ways you can use the seat, but I'm gonna show you the most popular ways, which is just like this. You have this position, but then you also have this raised position right here, just like that. But what's cool about this, and what I wanna show you guys soon, is this optional perch area here. So we're gonna go ahead and bring this back down. And there's an attachment that you can put, kind of like a flat surface, and you can attach it right to the seat. And it's a standing platform. And you guys know I love sight fishing for redfish. Our camp is out in Louisiana, Pointe-a-Chem, and I'm there often. And so I'm gonna go ahead and get that piece, and in the next video show you that installed. But basically what you can do is just install it right on top. You have a standing platform, sight fishing, and we're gonna go ahead and move kind of to the deck of this boat. What's awesome about this deck is you have a bunch of different options here. Right now we have the flat little insert right here, and the reason why I have this insert is to maximize sight fishing, you know, just ability. I need a nice flat surface, but this can come out, and they have a different little box that you can put in there. It has a whole bunch more storage. Also, they have the X Drive pod, and that's what we're gonna show you. Maybe in a few weeks from now, the X Drive pod goes in there and you'll be good to go. But for me, I decided I'm gonna go ahead and get the flat deck space so I can focus just on fishing, stepping, you know, bringing fish to the boat. Don't have anything interfering with this space for me, but the options are nice. We're gonna go ahead and move on to this section. I'm not sure exactly what you would call this, but you kind of have like another little pod here, and this comes out, which is awesome. So this is almost looks kind of like an ammo can, but inside it, I didn't look yet, but I can feel some things in there. So we got some handles in there, and we're gonna install those on the boat on either side. And then it even comes with this piece of plastic, which is actually really nice. So this is repair plastic that comes with it. It matches the boat too. So if you do have a crack, or if you do have something go wrong where you need to kind of do a plastic weld, they give you the plastic to do it, which is cool. You don't have to use like a 5-gallon bucket. But let's talk about this pod a little bit. This pod is removable. So what I'm envisioning for this pod right here is maybe kind of like a fish finder transducer kind of deal. So at the bottom, you already have these inserts right here, so you can go ahead and mount your little sonar deal. And then up here, you have kind of a dry storage area. It has the gasket in there, so everything stays nice and dry. So you can put maybe some of your cordage, and then up here, you can maybe mount your fish finder. And what's nice is the fish finder, the cordage right here can go right here through. If you look above, you can go right down through to your transducer. So you have all kinds of options. You know, guys are gonna do this different. And so it's just nice having the options again. So that's removable. We're gonna tidy that back up. Now, as we move to the front of the boat here, you can see this area. And this is kind of some more storage. You know, you can rod holders and protections. You can put your rod tips and stuff like that. But I'm kind of envisioning a little different way I'm gonna use this. So I think for me, I'm actually gonna remove this little guard here. And that's nice to have. Well, it's actually nice that it comes with this, first of all. Because I'm gonna remove it though, because I'm gonna leave this open. Again, I'm headed to Louisiana in a few weeks to do some sight fishing. And so I wanna leave this space as open as possible, because I kinda like to bring fish up, throw them in here. Maybe that's where I bleed my fish out, throw them in the water, finish the bleeding. So I'm gonna kind of leave this open to have less covered space and more working area to do kind of my fishing stuff. Now, right here, I'm gonna go on a limb because like I said, I didn't research this boat too much because I didn't want to know too much going into it. I kind of just wanted to see what we were dealing with, but this just seems like an access pod here, so I'm pretty sure. Actually, let's go ahead and unscrew this so you guys can see. We're just gonna open it up and see really the kind of access we have. Okay, here we go. Don't want to lose that little washer there. Okay. Yeah, but there we go. You can see got some plastic in there, but you can see right there, got plenty of access to anything that we want to do here. We can run lines if we got to run. Oh, I can feel some foam in there too. That's nice. Flotation support, really, not really flotation, but you can run lines here. So in some of my other boats, I like to install lights here in these different areas, and this is a great spot that you can go ahead and install your electronics. You can run battery, whatever you need to do. You can pop in the sides and have full access to mount your switches, to mount lights, kind of deck lights, anything that you want to do. So that's that. We're going to go ahead and close this back up. But my suspicions were right. This is, hey, actually, let me pop this off real quick and show you guys one thing that's pretty nice about this. It has these, I believe this is brass, but these brass inserts right here, and that's nice. So a lot of boats don't come with this already, and you can see over here, a lot of boats don't always come with these brass inserts. And so for a boat to come with this already is pretty nice. So I know I'm kind of skipping around this boat, but I kind of just got distracted because I'm always thinking like rigging options, and kind of just like a kid on Christmas, I want to see everything that I have on this boat. So excuse me on that, but I'm kind of looking around the boat here. Just want to point out a few extra features on this boat as I'm looking around. So we've got these gear tracks right here, and this is pretty standard nowadays on boats, especially if boats are made for kayak fishing. You'll even see from the cheapest boat to the most expensive boat, if they're not coming with these tracks already, then you have to ask why, because this is a really easy feature to have. Go ahead and mold it in and have inserted in, but it allows people like me and you who like to make videos and like to do rigging and whatever it is. We can put a cup holder here, you can put your fish finder here. I've even seen people mount, you know, grills in their tracks here. And so of course it's nice to see that, but that is to be expected. So I'm not gonna give too much praise on that. It's just another feature on this boat. But nowadays boats should be coming with this, especially if you're in the industry and you're into filming. Make sure your boat has something like this. Now, as we go kind of look more at the deck here, we do have some of this nice decking on the deck, and this will keep you nice and comfortable so you can stand for a long time. And again, this boat really is like an ideal sight fishing boat. And so it's nice that it already has some relief on there for us who like to do that kind of thing, who are standing a lot. It kind of has that already, so you don't have to do aftermarket stuff, and it comes like that. And now if you'll turn this camera, Shannon, I kind of see over here this little spot for an angler button. So that's just a sticker. That's not like anything mounted in there, but if you are familiar with the Angler app, it does come with a little button, and as you're fishing and as you're catching fish, you can press that little button that you install and it will track your fish for you. So now we're at the back of the boat right now, and I know I'm not using the right verbiage, bow, stern, all this kind of stuff, but I call it front back. How about that? And so we've got 4 flush rod holders in here, and you can see they're at an angle, which is nice. So as you're fishing, this is almost the exact setup I like to have. They're not straight up. So what's annoying when you're kind of working with rod holders that are straight up is you'll have a bunch of straight up rod holders. You'll go, back cast, boom, hit your rods. And so these are at an angle, which gives you some clearance. These back two are at more of an angle than your first two, which is really nice. So again, we have some more gear tracks right here, all kinds of options. And as we moved to the very, very back, you can see that this comes with the kayak. So you already have a rudder ready to go, which is nice. So we'll actually do just like a little one take install. And I'm pretty sure this goes on the butt. Actually, this probably goes on the top, huh? Pretty sure that goes on the top. Boom, just like that. On the bottom, we just have this one pin. And that is gonna go like that, boom. I'm looking at some more brass inserts here. And the way these are laid out, I'm gonna go out on a limb again and say this is dual Powere Pole mounting brackets. So nowadays, for some serious anglers, tournament anglers, they like kind of Powere poles, and I've seen people do dual, but you can have the option on if you want to go to the right, if you want to go to the left, and really how you want to do it. And to finish this install, all we got to do is attach these lines here, and Shannon's going to follow me with the camera as we move up. This is going to control your rudder. So you can see as I pull this, look at the back. Boom, just like that. All right. And then as I let it loose, it's gonna go back down. And then here at the feet, we're gonna be able to control our rudders right over here. So we're at the bottom of the boat now, and we're looking at this area right here, right underneath the rudder. We've got a skid plate, and I feel 2 indentations in there. So yeah, this is just held on by a few screws, and so this can be replaced. So a lot of guys, we're coming up with all kinds of ways to protect the bottom of our hole. And so this is nice to see that's on there. So if we have to drag it just a little bit, we can do that. And now we can take a little bit better look maybe at this rudder and how it comes, just like that. Boom. All right. So we're getting close to the end of this unboxing. And so I just want to show you also at the back, we have another access right here. So you can get in there, do anything that you need to do, whether it's more mounting, additional mounting, whatever, or you just want to install different things. It's nice that you don't have to cut your own holes. It's ready to go. Kind of in the middle of the boat, we have some, looks like tackle storage here. So I'm not exactly sure which number trays, we could look that up, would fit in here, but it does have options on either side. You have some tackle trays in there, which is really nice. Just kind of move this to the side, boom, throw them in there. And again, on either side, you have some cup holders, but I actually want to bring you over to right in the seat area, which is something that's nice, something that I really do like. And it's a little stash tray under here. And so I've seen a few kayaks come with something like this, but this is nice to see on this kayak, which kind of just ups the value to me. A little stash tray, you can maybe throw some snacks in there, or for me, really, this would be an area where I throw my used lures. So as I'm fishing, trying to figure out what's working, what's not working, I really don't like throwing everything back in my tackle box unwashed. So most likely, I'm gonna take off this net, leave it off, and just throw lures on this. Just throw the lures in there, and then when I'm done fishing, I'll take it out and I'll clean it up. And so that for me is probably what I'm going to do. So Shannon had a good question, and her question was, what do you do if somebody's short, tall? How do you really make it adjustable? And that's a good question. So you can see on the boat here on either side, we have these little kind of screws right here, and everything's working on the track system. And so right now I have them loosened, and you can move the seat up, forward, back. You can do everything that you want to do. And then of course, right up here where your feet go, you have adjustables right here, just like every other standard kayak kind of comes just like that. Another thing I want to make note of as I was kind of moving this around was the scupper plugs. So these come standard with scupper plugs, which is nice. You know, it has all the tracks already ready for the water to flow out. So hopefully this boat stays pretty dry, but you got 2 here. You've got 2 right here. You've also got 2 behind the seat, and you've got 2 more in the back. Now I want to go ahead and say for those watching this video that I'm not, getting paid by Vibe to do this and to review the Shearwater 125. That's not happening. You guys know who have watched my channel for a long time that I love getting gear in and I love reviewing it. Not only do I love reviewing it, I actually like putting this stuff on the water, putting the gear to use and showing what actually happens. when we put it through the paces. But as I was going through this boat, I was really trying to find some cons. And I'm telling you what, guys, I really can't find any. So at $13.99 for this boat, it has so much going for it. I mean, it has like 3 or 4 different positionings for the seats. It's got your removables, so you can do your electronics and your transducer all in one pod if you don't maybe want to leave your kayak out and risk that being stolen. That comes out. I mean, you've already got accesses in, you've got tracks, you've got, you know, rod holders, you've got sound dampening deck stuff. And I mean, look, when I first started getting into kayak fishing, all of this stuff is everything I wanted, but I had to put all of this stuff on after I already paid like a premium price for my kayak. And so to see all of this competitive stuff come out in our industry right now, it's just a great time to be a kayak fisherman. And so I would definitely recommend, you know, seeing what I see right now, and I haven't put it on the water, I can definitely say this is a nice boat. It's not thin, cheap plastic. I mean, it seems to be nice and sturdy and well built. So I'm gonna make some more videos, guys, in this little, you know, Shearwater 125 series. We're gonna bring it to Louisiana, and we're gonna actually get this thing on the water and get on some fish. But I've seen my friends, they have this boat and they slay fish already, so I have no doubts that this boat is gonna do it for us when we get to Louisiana here in a few weeks. So guys, thanks for watching this unboxing video. If you have any other types of gear or boats that you want me to review, please leave a comment, message me, let me know. We'll get that gear in-house and get it reviewed for you guys.